Hello everyone and welcome back to some more AEW on TEW2020. We are here at the Full Gear pay-per-view, our second pay-per-view of the series so far, and I'm excited about this showing. We start off pre-show Battle Royale just to get people involved. Ignore the fact that Shawn Dean's re-debuted. His contract ran out, but I brought him back because he's dating Abaddon right now, so helps out the backstage locker room morale, all that stuff. This is just to make sure that people are happy with, or rather not upset with being left off the show. Same thing for the women's. Janice White, that's her right there. She's another person that's just generated. She's there, I guess. In our first real match, it says a Gumshoe Noir. This is actually just a match on a boat. Private Party defeat SCU. What I'm imagining with this is what actually happened was Private Party threw them off of the boat. Threw them off the boat, but because they're, they're the faces, they also throw some life jackets, or maybe even just for comedy's sake, they put life jackets on SCU, and then they push them, and then they throw them off the boat, and they keep partying away as Frankie Zarian, Christopher Daniels, they're just kind of bobbing there. Obviously, you have your camera crew that's nearby, so they're not actually in any danger, but it's a humorous scene that we leave off that we end the pre-show with Private Party sailing away from SCU. To start off the show proper, we get the Young Bucks against the Vision, and the Young Bucks pick up the win. Nick Jackson pins Lance Archer after a Meltzer driver. So, the Vision not successful in their first showing. Lance Archer still has not won on pay-per-view, I don't think. Might have been in the past series that he had a huge problem with not winning on pay-per-view, but whatever. But the Vision, in their first real match on the big stage, they are not successful, and the Young Bucks seem to have #1 contendership. That's what it seems like from a match like this. Then, oh boy, I forgot to, okay. I'm gonna have to try to remember to just, block this screen out, because there is a very big spoiler in here with our wild card. But we have the Women's Battle Royale, Casino Battle Royale. We start off with the Spades that are in the ring. Priscilla Kelly, Viperous, Chris Statlander, Jordan Grace, and Mayu Iwatani. During this beginning section, there's not really all too much interesting. It's only 5 people in the ring right now. They're against each other, they're fighting each other off. You have, really, Mayu Iwatani, she's the one that's kind of taking charge of this. Jordan Grace is putting up a pretty good fight. Chris Statlander is putting up a pretty good fight. But it's mainly Mayu who stands tall. After a few minutes, the Hearts enter. Nyla Rose, Elena Black, AJ Mendez, Thunder Rosa, and Shotzi Blackheart. Right as they're heading through, Shotzi and Nyla, they immediately go at it. Nyla Rose, she takes down Shotzi Blackheart before heading into the ring. Shotzi, she takes a little bit outside of the ring while she is hurting. However, there was already an elimination pretty quickly as Viperous is eliminated by AJ Mendez. Priscilla Kelly and Elena Black then start teaming up a little bit. They end up clearing out the ring. They're the last 2 standing out of this group of 9. And then Jordan Grace, she ends up getting up and taking out Priscilla Kelly and Elena Black. Nyla Rose, she also gets up during this point and takes out Priscilla Kelly. Then the Diamonds enter. Abaddon, Anna Jay, Big Swole, Kairi Hojo, and Maki Ito. Chris Statlander, right when she sees that Abaddon and Maki Ito are coming in, she clears the ring out. Everyone else is down, and the Diamonds, they slide into the ring. Abaddon immediately takes down Kairi, Big Swole, and Anna Jay. And Maki, Chris Statlander, Abaddon, they kind of stare at each other for a little bit. They're still having their confrontations. Chris boops both of them on the nose. Before Nyla Rose gets up, she takes down all 3 of them. Shotzi Blackheart, Mayu Iwatani, Kairi Hojo, and AJ Mendez, they all slowly get up and start fighting against Nyla Rose, and Nyla ends up getting eliminated by Mayu Iwatani in the end. Shortly after this, the clubs enter. Killer Kelly, Rosemary, Tay Conti, Penelope Ford, and Britt Baker. Before they even enter the ring, Elena Black is eliminated by Shotzi Blackheart. Britt Baker and Big Swole, after a little bit of ruckus, end up as the last two standing, and they stare off, they kind of talk smack to each other, and then they get into a brawl. Anna Jay and Tay Conti, once they get up, they start fighting against Jordan Grace. Thunder Rosa is then eliminated by Maki Ito, a little bit unceremoniously. Tay Conti is eliminated by Jordan Grace after she has a move reversed. I'm thinking just like there's a belly suplex or something like that. Tay Conti, she's trying something, Jordan Grace counters her, and then ends up being eliminated by Anna Jay. Now, hopefully I haven't spoiled this too early, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we get some very fancy looking Titantron graphics, and, you know, some cool music, and then we see the word Kana show up on the screen, and Kana herself shows up. She immediately, as soon as she makes it into there, she takes over. She's the last one standing, and, you know, during this entire time of just battering down everyone, she eliminates Big Swole, Anna Jay, Killer Kelly, and Penelope Ford. Just almost instantly, Kana makes an impact. Kana, of course, better known to WWE fans as Asuka. She is really the first major signing that we had. Like, Charles Betts, he's fine and all, but Kana is the real deal, and she's really going to help out the women's division, let me tell you. Afterwards, Kana is taken down by Abaddon, Maki Ito, and Chris Statlander. You know, those three team up. Kairi Hojo and Mayu Iwatani, they start going to fight off Kana, and AJ Mendez actually joins in. Kairi and AJ, they seem to have like a moment of reconciliation, of forgiveness, you know, like, hey, you know, we had all of this, you cost me my shot, but you know what, we can work together and make this an even shot for us. Maki is eliminated by Kairi. However, imagine like Kairi, she's right at the ropes when she eliminates Maki. AJ Mendez, she then takes advantage, eliminates Kairi Hojo, and AJ Mendez herself is then eliminated by Mayu Iwatani. So 3 quick eliminations right in succession. Then we have Shotzi Blackheart. She gets up, she clears out the ring. She's the only one standing. And Kana, who's been down for a little bit, mostly playing possum, she ends up getting up and attacks Shotzi. Britt Baker and Rosemary try to take out Kana, but they're interrupted by Mayu, so you have the two Joshis on one side of the ring, and imagine on the other side, you have Chris Statlander and Abaddon. They're just having their own little thing. They make sure that the camera's on this, because Chris, she boops Abaddon on the nose. Abaddon just kind of freaks out. You know, she goes completely insane, and, yeah. Chris Statlander is then thrown out by Abaddon, who still looks a little bit shaken up. Britt Baker's eliminated by Kana, and Rosemary is eliminated by Shotzi, and you have your final 4. Mayu Iwatani, Shotzi Blackheart, Kana, and Abaddon. Abaddon, she's still very much not in this. She gets eliminated by Mayu Iwatani. And pretty much almost at the same time, Shotzi Blackheart is eliminated by Kana. Two Joshis stare each other down. These are 2 of the best women's workers in the entire world, possibly even 2 of the best workers, period, in the entire world. They're squaring off, and they go at it. They have, you know, your typical Battle Royale thing where they have a singles match. And eventually, Kana gets the upper hand and eliminates Mayu Iwatani to win the Women's Casino Battle Royale. I'll definitely have to figure out how I'm going to edit this, because I don't want to have spoilers, but what can you do? I definitely didn't edit that properly during the All Out pay-per-view, for the men's Casino Battle Royale, but we also didn't have a wild card, so it wasn't as important, but still, it's a little bit nice. I was thinking of having some segments, just like, hey, here's where you announce what happened in the Battle Royale, and then I forgot, but it's whatever. We also didn't really have time, because this was a very packed show. Case in point, having the cinematic fight be during the pre-show. But yeah, Kana. I would have liked the marketability thing, but that's still fine. Kana, the Empress, and she has a guaranteed title shot at Revolution. After this, Hikaru Shida actually picks up the win. She just gets a roll-up. What I'm kind of imagining happening is TEW2020, they're fighting. They're fighting Shida, they're together for a while, and then eventually, like, one of them gets distracted, Shida gets a quick roll-up, the other one's not able to do the TEW2020's not able to get the save for TEW2020, and Shida picks up the win. After this, okay, good, this did actually go how I wanted it to, perfect. Pac defeated Eddie Kingston after Kingston was disqualified when Phoenix attacked Pac. Phoenix, he's staring down Pac after attacking him, and Phoenix, he just shakes his head. He seems to agree with Eddie Kingston that, he wasn't really doing anything in Death Triangle, and that's true. I don't really know what to do with Death Triangle. Don't worry, I do have plans for Pac, and for Eddie Kingston, and all this stuff going forward. And eventually, Pac, he is pissed. He is fuming. He attacks Kingston, he attacks Phoenix. He's just going ham on Phoenix. He's really laying it in, like, he's definitely beating down Kingston quite a bit too, but he's really going hard into Phoenix. And eventually, Medical Crew, they start coming out, and they help Phoenix off, and stretcher him out. The Best Friends then defeat the Inner Circle after Orange Cassidy pins Ace Austin with a super kick. Pretty good performances. Trent is the least popular. He has the least momentum out of all of them, is the main thing. Haven't really given the Best Friends too many victories so far, so this is a very important victory for them. And, I mean, it's still a nice performance overall. Yeah, Trent got a strange rest. Brian Cage then defeats Darby Allin. FTR, they're seen backstage with Charles Betts before his match against Brody Lee. Renee Paquette approaches them and tells them that Rey Fenix is not medically cleared to compete, so FTR will not have a match tonight. FTR look upset about this until Kurt Angle tells them that it's a blessing in disguise, because it means that when they will defend their titles against the Lucha Bros, it's going to be a lot more time for FTR to study the Clash of Styles. Dax and Cash accompany Kurt and Charles Betts to the ring. So, I was just writing out, or booking all the matches, putting everything in, and I got to the tag title match, because I ordered things after I had already booked all of them, just to make sure that I knew what time was looking like before ordering them. And I'm looking through the tag team view, and I'm like, alright, so we got FTR, let's bring them up to here, they're, one side of the 2v2, and I can't find the Lucha Bros. I'm pretty sure they're just under Lucha Bros, they might be the Lucha Bros, nope, nowhere. Okay, is Pentagon not anywhere? Is Rey not anywhere? So I checked the absent workers, and Penta is working in AAA tonight. So, yeah, instead of having a tag title match, we have Rey Fenix getting the shit kicked out of him by Pac. So, a little bit unfortunate there. And Brody Lee defeats Charles Betts at the pile driver. Brody Lee defends his title. And Betts gets injured a little bit. Very fitting for Sting to be announcing that someone got a stinger. Now, I apologize if this is out of order, but I'm pretty sure next off is the Men's Casino Battle Royale. So, just to make sure that I, even if I forget to edit things in, that we're not getting any spoilers for this one, like we got with the Women's Battle Royale. If I forget to edit anything, whatever. I'm just going to keep it on the Stinger screen. And we get to the Men's Casino Battle Royale. The clubs start off in the ring. Chris Jericho, Adam Page, Nathaniel Murphy, Brian Pillman Jr., and Chris Bay. pretty quickly, Chris Jericho, he starts playing possum. You know, he maybe even does that whole, like, roll outside the ring thing under the bottom rope. Just making sure that he's as safe as possible because he has to play an Iron Man if he wants to win. The rest of them, they all still just go at it. Still not much happening. It's just the 5 people. Really, 4 people. Then the Spades enter. MJF, Bandito, Jeff Cobb, Jacob Fatu, and Dragon Lee. MJF, before even going into the ring, he rolls Chris Jericho back in, and he forces Jericho to fight. Jeff Cobb, member of Team Taz, immediately goes after Nathaniel Murphy, who Taz has had a little bit of issues with. And Dragon Lee and Bandito, they temporarily team up, they take everyone out, and then they start going at it, and Bandito ends up eliminating Dragon Lee before the Hearts enter. The Hearts are Andrew Everett, The Blade, Willie Mack, Warhorse, and Kenny Omega. Adam Page and Kenny Omega, right upon locking eyes, they go at it. They are going ham. Andrew Everett, Brian Pillman Jr., they still agree, alright, we're still friends, let's go fight off some people. They start fighting people, and they end up eliminating Warhorse. Bandito tries to help Adam Page out, as Kenny Omega's attacking him, but Jacob Fatu intercepts, and starts beating him down. Might even, like, catch him, and then throw him over the top rope. At the same time that this is happening, Nathaniel Murphy is eliminated by Jeff Cobb, but he does stay around at ringside instead of going right to the back. After this, the Spades... Actually, no, he starts heading right to the back. I had another note coming in. Spades enter. Ricky Starks, Matt Hardy, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and The Butcher. That rounds out our 20, and Ricky Starks beats down Nathaniel Murphy before Murphy can even get backstage. The Jurassic Express, they're immediately on fire. They clear everyone out. And where am I at? There we go. Okay. Chris Bay is eliminated by Luchasaurus doing a chokeslam on him. Andrew Everett eliminates Chris Jericho. Jacob Fatu is eliminated by Jeff Cobb and Ricky Starks. The Butcher and the Blade, they are teamed up together, and they, like, Irish whip Jeff Cobb. He goes over the top rope, but he still hangs on. Ricky Starks, he gets in the way with the Butcher and the Blade, but Nathaniel Murphy, who's gotten up since being taken out by Ricky Starks, he comes in, he knocks Jeff Cobb's feet out from under him, and Cobb, he falls to the floor, he went over the top rope, and ended up being eliminated. Nathaniel Murphy, he runs off before anything else can go on, before any harm can come to him, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we get some golden graphics. We see Golden Star, Kota Ibushi. The wild card for the men's battle royale, Kota Ibushi, he rushes in. He's immediately hot. He knocks down everyone who wasn't already down, except for Kenny Omega. Him and Omega stare each other down, while Kota's going through this, just like how Kana had. Kota gets some eliminations. Brian Pillman Jr., The Butcher, and Willie Mack are all eliminated by Kota Ibushi. Ibushi and Omega team up as Ricky Starks, MJF, The Blade, and Matt Hardy start attacking them. And they... Okay, Ibushi and Omega repel the heels and Matt Hardy. And then eventually, Ibushi, Kenny, they're still the last ones left. And Ibushi, he looks very disappointed in Kenny and starts to fight him. While this is going on, we get a little bit more of normalcy in here. There's less one spots, there's a lot more people doing stuff all over the place. The Blade is eliminated by Luchasaurus. Andrew Everett is eliminated by Kenny Omega. Matt Hardy is eliminated by Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy is eliminated by Ricky Starks. And then, like, right after that, Luchasaurus eliminates Ricky Starks. And right after that, MJF eliminates Luchasaurus. We have our final four: Adam Page, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and MJF. MJF, he's on one corner of the ring, and he's very glad when he sees the other three get involved in a mini-match against each other. So, they're fighting each other, and eventually, Adam Page is eliminated by Kenny Omega. And MJF, he's gotten up at this point in time. He's trying to eliminate Kenny and Kota, but they managed to just beat down MJF pretty easily. But they beat him down so that he's still in the ring. MJF not knocked over the top rope, and Kenny and Kota fight. Eventually, Kota gets the upper hand over Kenny, and then MJF, that weasel that he is, comes up from behind Kota Ibushi and chucks him over the top rope. MJF wins the Men's Casino Battle Royale. Poor gimmick for Kota, but oh well. 67 rating. That's actually not too bad for a 20-man Battle Royale. So, especially with including someone like Nathaniel Murphy, who has like 19 pop. So, I'm fine with that. And really disappointing main event. Jon Moxley defeats Miroslav. Holding back. Why are you guys holding back? Burned out crowd. That makes sense. That makes sense. And our show gets a 68. Okay. I suppose it probably was because of the burned out crowd. I do have to work on crowd management a little bit more, but I thought that was a really good show. Obviously, we get the debuts of Kana and Kota Ibushi, which are huge additions. So, I'm always glad to have them on board, and we'll see the fallout of Full Gear as we continue in the next episode.